Hi, welcome to the Our Weekly podcast. I am Joanna.
I am Sally. eLife Sciences publication now accepting manuscripts in R Markdown.
Jenny Bryan published a great per package tutorial on GitHub. Per package is a functional programming toolkit for R.
R Consortium announced the first list of granted projects for 2017. The ISC awarded grants to 10 projects from the 27 proposals it received. The total award is $234,000. Here is a brief summary of the projects that received awards.
The second stage of our hub. $89,500. Primary contact is Gabor Charty. Our hub is the first top-level project of the R Consortium. The first stage of the project created a multi-platform, R package build server. The second stage of the project includes the maintenance of the current R Hub infrastructure and a number of improvements and extensions, including R Hub as the first step of package submissions to CRAN, R package reverse dependency checks on R Hub and locally, general R code execution on all R Hub platforms, check and code quality badges, database of CRAN code, and the CRAN code browser.
Adding Linux binary builders to R Hub, $15,000. Primary contact is Durketil Buetil. This project proposes to take the creation of binary Linux packages to the next level, by providing R Hub with the ability to deliver directly installable binary packages, with properly resolved dependencies. This will allow large-scale automated use of grant packages anywhere, from laptops to cluster farms and cloud-based deployments.
An infrastructure for building R packages on macOS with Homebrew. $12,000. Primary contact is your Unums. This project will improve the system by adapting the popular Homebrew system to facilitate static linking of external libraries.
Conference Management System for R Consortium sponsored conferences. $19,000. Primary contact is Heather Turner. This project will evaluate a number of open-source conference management systems, to assess their suitability for use with UseR events and Saturdays events.
Continued development of the R API for DDR Distributed Computing Project. $15,000. Primary contact is Michael Lawrence.
Establishing DBI. $26,500. Primary contact is Kirill Mulla. This follow-up project aims to implement a modern, fully spec-compliant DBI backends to two major open-source RDBMS, MySQL MariaDB and PostgreSQL.
Forwards workshops for women and girls. $25,000. Primary contact is Diane Cook. This project will conduct a grassroots effort to increase the participation of women in the R community.
Joint profiling of native and R code. $11,000. Primary contact is Kirill Mulla. This project aims at recording call stacks and memory usage information at both R and native levels, and then present a unified view to the user.
School of Data Material Development. $11,200. Primary contact is Heidi Seibold. Develop learning materials about R for journalists, with a focus on making them accessible and relevant to journalists from various countries. The content will use country-relevant examples, and will be translated in English, French, Spanish, and German.
Scalable, spatiotemporal tidy arrays for R. $10,000. Primary contact is Edzer Piepsma. Spatiotemporal, raster and climate model data often do not fit in main memory. This project will make it easier to handle such data with R by using dplayer style, pipe-based workflows, and also consider the case where the data in a cloud environment.
Congratulations to all of these projects.
In this week's R project updates,
users can now choose from alternative matrix product implementations via options function. The internal implementation is not optimized for speed but consistent in precision with other summations in R.
Fix bug, call next method function was broken when called from a method that augments the formal arguments of a primitive generic.
Fix bug, coercion of an S4 object to a vector during subassignment into a vector, failed to dispatch through vector coercion function generic.
Fix some problems in command completion.
There are more interesting content in our R Weekly website. R Weekly is on Twitter, Facebook and Patreon. Subscribe to our weekly podcast with your podcast app. Follow us on YouTube to get the latest podcast updates. You can send us feedback on About page. Submit podcast segment with Submit page. That is all of this week's podcast. See you next week.
See you next week.